Page off.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, I have a few videos coming up. I'm going to be out of town again, and I'm a little behind. So you're going to get a video dump. Again, watch at your own discretion. You know, I just like to get them done and uploaded because once I do a video, it's easier to just upload it. Anyway, so this one is what I added to Goodreads the second half of the month. I don't think I have as many books as I did before from the first half, but let's just get started. The first one is Finding Grace by K.L. Slater. I saw this one in the Audible sale. They have like books for sale every month. So, this morning my daughter sat right here, munching her breakfast, too excited to finish it. Now she is missing. The day after her 9th birthday, Lucy and Blake Sullivan agreed, for the very first time, to let their daughter Grace make the 4-minute walk back home alone from a friend's house, just down the street. They joke with friends about hiding behind bushes to ensure she is safe, but the joke turns sour when Grace does not appear. Despite the best efforts of the police and local community, Grace seems to have vanished into thin air. With hope fading fast, Lucy knows she can rely on her husband to support her through such dark times. That is until the day she makes a shocking discovery hidden in Blake's desk, and suddenly she begins to doubt everything she knew about the man she married. But Lucy harbors a terrible secret of her own, one that she has never shared with anyone, even Blake. And as the search for Grace reaches fever pitch, Lucy receives a terrifying message. If she is ever to see Grace again, Lucy has no choice but to face the past she tried hard to bury forever, and she must do it alone. I need to know what the secret is. Next we have Loving Mothers by Miranda Smith, releasing October 3rd. Our whole neighborhood is desperately searching for a 16-year-old, my own daughter's best friend. But I know my daughter is lying about the night Shelby disappeared, and a mother would do anything to protect her child. Wild. So it sounds like there is like evidence to prove that her daughter knows something about this missing kid, and she's gonna hide it. I'm not gonna read anymore because it got a little spoilery in the description. Just go in with that. Next we have My Husband's Past by Sherry J. Ryan. This one came out September 23rd. This is another auto-buy author for me. My best friend disappeared 20 years ago. I thought she was dead, but today I've received a message that makes my heart stop. It says it's from Izzy, and she's blaming my new husband for her disappearance. I stare at the email in horror. I've only just managed to put what happened to Izzy behind me. My life is so different now. I have 2 perfect children and the perfect husband at last. I couldn't just say nothing. You remember I was being stalked? My stalker is your husband. You're in danger. Run. My blood turns to ice as I look up at my charming, caring husband. Is this some kind of joke? Griffin is kind. He's safe. But as he smiles at me, the doubt starts to creep in. The way he always asks me about my childhood, pressing for information about my friends. The way he always wants to know where I am. I thought my best friend was dead. I thought her stalker killed her. If the email isn't really from Izzy, then who sent it and what do they want from my family? But if it is, am I living with the man I feared for 20 years? And if he can't hurt Izzy, will he settle for me instead? Or worse, my children? Creepy, huh? Next we have a Halloween type book, The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Hurst. I heard about this one from the Meredith from the Currently Reading podcast. Keela has always had trouble dealing with people. Thankfully, as a librarian at the Great Library of Elysium, she and her assistant Kaz, a magically sentient spider plant, have spent the last decade sequestering among the Empire's most precious spellbooks, preserving their magic for the city's elite. When a revolution begins and the library goes up in flames, she and Kaz flee with all the spellbooks they can carry and head to a remote island Keela never thought she'd see again, her childhood home. Taking refuge there, Keela discovers, much to her dismay, a nosy and very handsome neighbor who can't take a hint and keeps showing up day after day to make sure she's fed and to help fix up her new home. In need of income, Keela identifies something that even the bakery in town doesn't have: jam. With the help of an old recipe book her parents left her and a bit of illegal magic, her cottage garden is soon covered in ripe berries. But magic can do more than make life a little sweeter. So Keela risks the consequences of using unsanctioned spells and opens the island's first ever and much needed secret spell shop. Like a Hallmark rom-com full of mythical creatures and fueled by cinnamon rolls and magic, what? Will heal your heart and feed your soul. Okay. Oh, they wrote the sentence weird. Like a Hallmark rom-com full of mythical creatures and fueled by cinnamon rolls and magic will heal your heart and feed your soul. Weird way to write that sentence. I can't figure out where that comma's supposed to go. Whatever. Next, we have a cozy mystery, Apple Cider Slaying, by Julie Ann Lindsay. This is book 1, the Apple Cider Shop Mystery number 1. I heard about this one from Mitzi Reads and Writes. Apples are at the core of the family business run by Winona May Montgomery and her granny Smythe. But this year's crop is unseasonably ripe with murder. One rotten apple. Blossom Valley, West Virginia is home to Smythe Orchards, Winnie and her granny's beloved 25-acre farm and a family business. But any way you slice it, it's struggling. That's why they're trying to drum up business with the first annual Christmas at the Orchard, a good old-fashioned holiday festival with every delicious draw to satisfy apple-picking locals and cider-loving tourists alike, until the whole endeavor takes a sour turn when the body of Nadine Cooper, Granny's longtime grudge-holding nemesis, is found lodged in the apple press. Now, with Granny the number one suspect, Winnie is hard-pressed to prove her innocence before the real killer delivers another murder. Okay, what is it with those? There is so many apple puns in this description. Anyway, next we have A Token of Love by Carrie Taransky. I heard about this one from Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails. In 1885, London, Lillian Fremont embarks on a treacherous journey to reunite with her long-lost niece who was abandoned at the Foundling Hospital 8 years ago. Fueled by her sister's plea and armed with the gold token that identifies her niece, Lillian teams up with investigative reporter Matthew McGivern to expose the grim reality of the shadowed streets of London. As Lillian and Matthew unravel the mystery of Alice's disappearance, their partnership blooms into one of shared purpose and undeniable attraction. In present-day London, Janelle Spencer finds herself unexpectedly running the Foundling Museum. When filmmaker Jonas Conrad arrives to document the museum's history, their collaboration takes a surprising turn as they uncover articles from the past that shed light on a haunting connection to the present. As Janelle becomes caught between exposing the truth and protecting the museum's reputation, she must decide if she can risk everything for love and justice. Sounds like fun. Next we have Laurel's Dream by Pepper Basham. Another series I heard about from Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails. And also Amanda from Book Lover Amanda, if I'm not wrong. And I'm not going to read about those because it's a whole series. Second book is Heart of the Mountains. And third is Hope Like Wildflowers, which releases October 1st. Then we have another, we have A Choice Considered. Heart of Cheyenne number 2 by Tracy Peterson. That one already came out. I forgot to add it to Goodreads for some reason. I read the first one and I loved it. And then the third one is coming out on November 5th. And it's called A Truth Revealed. So I'm excited about that. Then another one that I haven't read, The Seaside Homecoming by Julie Clausen. It's releasing on December 3rd. It's the third book in that series. Which is funny because I haven't read the first two. And I'm like already pre-ordering the third one, probably because I already own the first two. I need to read them. It's bad. Anyway, then we have another cozy mystery, 12 Sleighs of Christmas, Christmas Tree Farm #1 by Jacqueline Frost. Also a Katie book. When Holly White's fiance cancels their Christmas Eve wedding with less than 2 weeks to go, Holly heads home with a broken heart. Lucky for her, home in historic Mistletoe, Maine is magical during Christmas time. Exactly what the doctor prescribed. Except her plan to drown her troubles in peppermint and snickerdoodles is upended when local grouch and president of the Mistletoe Historical Society, Margaret Fenwick, is bludgeoned and left in the sleigh display at Reindeer Games, Holly's family tree farm. When the murder weapon is revealed as one of the wooden stakes used to identify trees on the farm, Sheriff Evan Gray turns to Holly's father, Bud, and the Reindeer Games staff. And it doesn't help that Bud and the reindeer keeper were each seen arguing with Margaret just before her death. But Holly knows her father and is determined to exonerate him. The jingle bells are ringing and the clock is ticking, and if Holly doesn't watch out, she'll end up on Santa's naughty list. All right. Sounds fun. I need some Christmassy books, and Christmas murder mysteries are just as well. I'm not actually that into Christmas romances. Really, the only Christmas romance author that's really appealed to me is Melody Carlson. Other than that, I find them, like, I don't even mind the cheesy so much as I mind the setups to get people together. I hate an obvious setup. I don't want to watch you be on a forced road trip. I'd rather walk in the snow than be on a forced road trip with someone. So it infuriates me when they agree to a forced road trip. Or fake dating. I despise fake dating. So basically, like, all of the Christmas romance tropes are stuff I hate, generally speaking. Anyway. Next we have a nonfiction book, The Choice, Embrace the Possible by Dr. Edith Eger. I heard about this one from Chloe from Always Booked during her new releases video. This is actually not a new release, but the YA edition of this book is coming out this month. I, however, am going to read the adult edition because I don't like reading abridged or YA editions, because I'm always worried about what I'm missing. Anyway, it's 1944, and 16-year-old ballerina and gymnast Edith Eger is sent to Auschwitz. Separated from her parents on arrival, she endures unimaginable experiences, including being made to dance for the infamous Joseph Mengele. When the camp is finally liberated, she is pulled from a pile of bodies, barely alive. The horrors of the Holocaust didn't break Edith. In fact, they helped her learn to live again with a life-affirming strength and a truly remarkable resilience. This is her unforgettable story. I'm in. Next we have The Little Provence Bookshop by Gillian Harvey, or is it Jillian? I don't know. Coming out October 9th. These are all Chloe books from the new releases video, by the way, until I say otherwise. Everyone's story has some magic. You just have to turn the page to find it. As the sun rises over the little Provence village where a single mother has escaped with her little girl, she breathes deeply. This is their new beginning. Here, she can forget the lies her family told her. Here, she can start her story again. Later, she opens the door to the town's tiny bookstore where she is to work, ready to meet the mysterious owner, Monique, for the first time. She expects an ordinary bookshop, but this bookshop feels somehow different, magical, breathing in the smell of books. she feels a jolt of something. It feels like a new chapter or a new beginning. As she gets to know the villagers, including that handsome Andre and friendly Michelle, she starts to believe in the magic of this new start. But can a runaway like Adeline ever find what she's looking for? Or is a happily ever after just another fiction? So, yeah. This is the kind of romance I like, which sounds a little bit sexist because I like the whole guy rescues woman trope. But it's not even so much that it's the rescuing. It's more like she's not looking for love and he's not trying to, like, get her by acting all cocky. Like, she's genuine. He wants to help her and they slowly fall in love. I love that trope. When he's not even trying to, like, get her or anything. You know, there's no, like, manipulation involved. It just happens. Anyway, next we have The Telegram by Debbie Ricks. I can never say her name. This is coming out October 15th. One message will change everything. 1915. Shaking, she opens a faded red... You know what? I'm not going to read the description. This is very spoilery. But basically, these are like 3 different timelines. We have 1915, 1943, and 1960. And they all kind of converge on this one telegram. So, yeah. It looks interesting, and I loved her books in the past, so I'm in. Then we have When You Were Mine by Emma Claire Wilson. This says it's releasing on October 29th, but it's already out on audio. I don't know. I don't know why it was on her, on Chloe's list of new releases, because I'm pretty sure this is already out. Also, the Goodreads description on this one is for another book. I got excited about this book when I read the Goodreads description, and then I started listening to the book, and different people, different characters. So I had to look it up somewhere else. They basically copied the description from her previous book and put it onto this book. So I ended up getting her previous book too, because that's what I thought I was reading in this book. If that made any sense. Anyway, here's a real description for this book, When You Were Mine. One mistake could change their lives forever. My life is a mess. My marriage is falling apart, and I'd hoped the arrival of our baby girl would bring us closer together. Yet, as she grows, I see less of a resemblance to my husband, stirring unsettling questions. I was hoping a visit from my friend Victoria would bring some stability. With her seemingly perfect life in Spain, she embodies hope and a brighter future. But our reunion has taken an unexpected turn, and when a shocking diagnosis shakes our family further, Victoria doesn't know it yet, but she might just hold the key to saving our family. But if I want her to help, a big secret has to come out. Revealing the truth risks everything. My marriage, our friendship, our families. Can we weather this storm, or will it shatter us beyond repair? So yeah, that's not the book I thought I was reading. We'll get to that one in a minute. Next we have The Twins on the Train by Suzanne Goldring. Coming out October 30th. I cannot wait. This one looks good. World War II. Berlin in 1939. Tears pouring down her cheeks, Rosa pushes through the crowds and thrusts the basket containing her darling newborn twins at the woman closing the door to the carriage. All she can say is, "Take them." Then she runs, praying the train will reach England safely. As the smell of smoke drifts through the air, Jewish people lock their doors. They no longer feel welcome in their home city, and while some mothers hide their children, others take them, clad in dark, threadbare coats, to the crowded train station and the hope of a new life. Rosa has feared for her twins since they were born 2 weeks ago. As she huddles in her filthy house, crammed in with her neighbors, she sees children growing weaker. It may be too late for her and her 7-year-old daughter, Teresa? I don't know. But can she find a way for her precious babies? Dora scans the desperate crowd on the platform, despairing as she knows there isn't room for all of them on the train to England. And when a woman thrusts a basket containing 2 newborn twins to her arms, a shiver of dread slides down her spine. Babies aren't authorized to travel. How can she keep them hidden from the cold-eyed soldiers? She knows this mother wants the same thing she does. Safety for these innocent children. But will she be able to help this brave woman before it is too late? I mean, wow. This is a total, like, Alma from Alma's Book Journey, Krista from Books and Jams. Add these to your TBRs. Add this one to your TBR immediately. This sounds wow. The Twins on the Train. Next we have The Witch of Blackbird Pond by Elizabeth George Spear. I heard about this one. I keep hearing about this one. Alma's the latest one who mentioned it. It's a classic and it's Halloweeny, so, or kind of witchy fall vibes, so why not? I'm not going to read the description for this one. I want to get through these books. And it's a classic. Most people have read it, except for me. Okay. I'm trying to get to the next book. Okay. The Bletchley Riddle by Ruta Sepetys and Steve Sheinkin? I heard about this one from Krista. A stunning collaboration between award-winning and best-selling authors, Ruta Sepetys and Steve Sheinkin. This middle-grade historical adventure follows two siblings at Bletchley Park, the home of World War II codebreakers, as they try to unravel a mystery surrounding their mother's death. That's all I need to know. It's Ruta Sepetys. What more do you want? Next we have This Child of Mine by Emma Claire Wilson. This is the description that was in the other Emma Claire Wilson book. That's the book I thought I was reading. You know, I thought that one was When You Were Mine, but no. Anyway, I'll read the description for this one. This Child of Mine by Emma Claire Wilson. When Stephanie is told she's pregnant and that she is sick on the same day, she faces an impossible choice. After trying for a baby for so long, finding out I was pregnant was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. But in the same breath as the news I had been waiting years to hear, the doctor told me I was seriously ill. If I carry my baby to term, I will almost certainly die. If I proceed with treatment, my baby will not live. My husband, the father of this child, is telling me to save myself. But with all the secrets I know he is keeping from me, I can't trust him anymore. What would you do? Wild, right? Next we have We Used to Live Here by Marcus Clewer. Heard about this one from Jen at Bookish Blonde and Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library. And I'm pretty sure I heard about it from Tina from the Book Talk Etc. podcast too. I keep hearing about it. As a young queer couple who flip houses, Charlie and Steve can't believe the killer deal they've just gotten on an old house in a picturesque neighborhood. As they're working in the house one day, there's a knock on the door. A man stands there with his family, claiming to have lived there years ago and asking if it would be all right if he showed his kids around. People pleaser to a fault, Eve lets them in. As soon as the strangers enter their home, uncanny and inexplicable things start to happen, including the family's youngest child going missing and a ghostly presence materializing in the basement. Even more weird, the family can't seem to take the hint that their visit should be over. So, yeah. Creepy. Kinda. Anyway. I think... Yes, last book. And I'm not even going to read the description because it's a sequel. Between Flowers and Bones. The Restoration Series #2 by Carolyn Lilaglau. This is a sequel to Beneath the Swirling Sky, which I'm going to read this month. It is in my list of fantasies to read for this month. October is when I read all the fantasies, so yeah, I might read that one and its sequel. I didn't realize I never got to it last year when it came out, and now there's a sequel, so yeah. Anyway, that's all I have for this month, or at least, books-wise that I added. I mean, I'm going to start adding for October, but yeah, that's all I have for this video. I have my October TBR coming up, and my September wrap up, and it is also Visually Blindness Awareness Month this October. So yeah, I might do some videos on that at some point, just blindness related videos. And yeah, so anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.